Welcome back to the show and a happy 4th of July to you. This is one of the best days of the year and I hope you have got some wonderful fun things planned. But I'm so happy you chose to spend a little time with me because I've got some very special guests on today's show and want you to meet them. We have Henry Gonzales, who is Master Sergeant retired at U.S. Marine Corps, and with him Julie Solano, who is a member of the Young Marines. And I thought, what a perfect thing to talk about on the 4th of July. You know, I'm excited about today's 4th of July, but next year, that's the big one, 250th. Are you excited about that, Julie?
Yes, I am.
Well, let's talk about the Young Marines. My exposure to your group is through AmeriCorps, the RSVP program. I mean, for the many years I've been involved with their annual awards banquet, the Young Marines are there and they are serving us tea and water and bussing the tables and just making themselves so useful.
Yes.
And so I know that those kind of organizations don't just happen. So, Henry, tell me, how did all this start for you? How did you get involved with Young Marines?
Well, back in 1997, we had a Marine who was serving at the El Paso Police Department, transfer up here to Hewitt Police Department.
Yeah.
His son was a member of the El Paso Young Marines. So he came up and asked, why don't y'all have a Young Marine unit here? So at that time, we started working, passing the word around, talking to families, friends, to see if we can get enough kids to sign up and join.
Uh-huh.
So in 99, we finally said we're going to start in July. Had to be the hottest summer we ever had, too. But we had 130 kids.
Did you really?
130 kids signed up, and we went through training at TSTC because our commanding officer was the housing director at TSTC, so he had access to the buildings we could use to have classes and do a lot of our stuff we needed to do and feed the kids also there at the cafeteria. So that's what we got, where we started. And we stayed there about 3 years, and then we moved to the Reserve Center on U Road.
Oh, yeah, right.
And we were there for about 4 years, and then we broke up into 2 units.
It grew.
Because the first unit was the Greater Waco Young Marines, and then we broke it up and we started the Heart of Texas Young Marines.
Okay.
So we had a Marine who was a member of our detachment, because the Marine Corps League is the one who sponsors each individual unit, wherever they may be situated in the country. So we had a Marine. His name was Victor Marks. He's a minister now. So, and he bought the old school buildings on 15A Street. It was I can't remember now what it was. The school. Do you remember?
I'm trying to remember myself. I can't.
Yeah. So he bought.
So it was a kind of an abandoned schoolhouse? Is that what you're
Yes,
saying?
yes. A football field, gym, everything
yeah,
else.
yeah.
Because he was going to start a outreach program for kids in the neighborhood to bring them to his ministry. And he was an expert in martial arts, so he was going to use that as the tool to
Right.
engage with
The
them.
hook.
Yeah, yes, and hey,
bring him
teach
in,
right,
learn some
right.
martial arts. Yeah.
So then he left, and they sold the property out. And but when they bought the property, they let us maintain the building we were using. We maintained that building for about 15 years.
Really?
Yes. And before they started raising rent on us, before we didn't have no rent. So then we had the St. Mark Lutheran provide a place for us to meet. That's where we're meeting now.
Okay, good.
But
Good.
at one time, I had close to 95 kids in the program. We were very active, like the RSVP and other civic organizations we help. Sertoma Kite Festival we did every year. The Kiwanis, we help with their pancake breakfasts and suppers.
Oh, yeah.
So, we did quite a bit where the kids got involved because they could see what kind of difference they can make in the community by assisting. So that was our main goal because we're a community service youth organization. So we go out and do community service. And after 50 hours of community service, they earn a ribbon that they wear. Like she has a ribbon. She's
Oh,
working,
Julie, congratulations.
and
yeah.
she's working on her community service. She needs about 5 more hours to earn her ribbon for that. So and that sometimes holds you back from promotion until you complete that. See, so she's close to achieving that goal right now.
Now, this is for ages 8 to 18.
8 to 18 years old.
So do you have little
or
bitty
until they
ones?
graduate?
Or until they
because-
graduate from high school.
Yes.
So, Julie, I understand you're a student at Rappaport Academy. How did you hear about this? What made you decide to want to become a Young Marine?
So I actually heard about it through my best friend. She was in the program since she was about 8 years old, and she went through the work. She earned a lot of her ribbons, but she had to leave for a little bit. Eventually, she came back though, and her parents shared with my parents about how they loved the program and about how they saw a lot of good growth from her being in there. And so my parents encouraged me to join, and that's how I started.
Well, I mean, it's really such a great thing for young people in that it does teach them self-confidence
Yes.
and
Discipline.
discipline. Academic achievement is a part of it,
Yes.
and really, as far as requirements, from what I understand, just need to be in good standing in your school.
It to be in school. It'll
Right.
be in school first of all. Be in school.
In school, yeah, right. So, yeah, it's just the whole package, the
Yes.
the moral, the mental, the
Yes.
physical development. So let's talk about that. And when I think of the Marines, I think boot camp. Okay,
Yes.
she's shaking her head. So
A little bit.
so tell me about the physical requirements that you do calisthenics, you do PT?
We do PT. It's not as vigorous as like normal Marine training, thankfully.
Well, I would think.
Yeah.
I mean, they are kids.
It's built for different ages. You know, if the younger you go, the less you have to do. The older kids are expected to do more vigorous exercise. But overall, it's not as much as a boot camp would require.
So are
And we try not to call it boot camp. We call it recruit training.
recruit training. Okay, well, because you mentioned that as you were getting started, you had
Yes.
classes. So what's involved in the classes, Julie?
For physical exercise?
Well, any of it. Do you have like academic type things? Do you learn like?
Oh, yeah.
I don't come from a military family.
Yes.
My brother-in-law was in commander of the Navy, but I don't really understand a lot about the ranks and so forth.
Yes.
You were a master sergeant.
Yes.
So what does that mean? How does that correlate with like the other branches of the military?
Because a master sergeant is an E8, which would be an E8 in any of the other services.
Okay.
So it's a eighth position in the listed rank structure. Okay, so I could have gone higher, but the people ahead of me didn't want to retire to give me an opportunity to move up. So I got out and started a new career. So.
Yeah.
But yes, and they learned our rank structure, and they earned rank in the program also. Leadership's the biggest thing that we try to instill in the kids to be basic good leaders in the community, school, at home, and in our program. So as they move up in rank, to go higher to a certain rank, they have to go to a school. And the schools are held in Oregon.
Oh, really?
Yes.
So it's a
So
Quite
they
a
have to
trip.
travel to Oregon to go to school and come back, and then again move up again to the next group because it's a junior leadership school, a senior leadership school, and then an advanced leadership school. So the junior and the senior are 1 week each. The advanced leadership school is 2 weeks. The first week they go and enhance their leadership skills in regards to how to teach classes and so forth.
oh.
And then the second week, they are teaching these other two classes that came in, are helping us teach them to grow in leadership positions.
Yeah.
So
Setting
they're
that example.
applying what they learn.
Yeah, setting that
Yes.
example. This this is really kind of encouraging to me to see this kind of program for young people. Of course, I think the Boy Scouts, and there are lots of worthy, wonderful,
Yes.
groups for young people to be involved in. Julie, you haven't been in real long, about 6 months or so.
6 months. I just graduated a couple months ago.
Yeah. Oh, okay. You just graduated from
Recruit training.
recruit training. Okay.
And an honor graduate.
Oh,
Sure,
I might add. Very good. Congratulations. So, are you looking ahead to maybe going into the military after school?
Well, it wasn't in my plans originally, but I joined Young Marines and I saw the structure, and I've always wanted to pursue something in the medical field. So I was thinking of maybe pursuing being out in the field as a nurse or as a doctor.
Yeah, and continuing on with service to the nation as well.
Well, the biggest thing we cannot push service on the kids.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we cannot say, "Oh, you be good in the Army." No, we can't. That's something they have to do on their own.
Sure.
A lot of them join because their older siblings have joined the service. Their
Yeah, in
father
your case,
served
your
in
friend.
the service.
Yeah.
Yeah, they served in the service, so they want to see what it tastes like. But like I said, maybe I put about 2,200 kids through the program. Maybe about 20 have gone on their own.
Is that right?
Yes. I had one who just retired 2 months ago, doing 21 years. She was in my first recruit platoon at TSTC.
Really?
And she retired as a sergeant major at E9, so she got higher than I did. See, so I have some who are officers also, because their fathers went to the Naval Academy, and they in turn went to the Naval Academy, and
right.
like they're majors or what. She's a major right now, so they got the opportunities to do whatever they want and to serve the country. To me, that's the best thing to me, serving my country. Yes.
Oh, well said on July 4th, I might add. But, it's just got to make you feel so grateful that you've gotten to do this work for all these years.
Oh, yes, and we compete a lot. Our unit competes against other units. And then our senior Young Marines compete against other units. So in turn, we always select a Young Marine of the Year. That Young Marine of the Year competes against the other Young Marines of the Year from the different units. And then in turn, they go to a higher level. Like we have a company, battalion, regiment, division, okay? So they go up higher to see how high they can go to be the number one Young Marine in the division. So at one time, I had 5 females who were our division commanders or Young Marines of the Year, right? So when they're division Young Marines of the Year, they get to travel quite a bit. They escorted Iwo Jima survivors to Iwo Jima for a reunion of American and Japanese. They're dying away quick, but
I know.
They're
We're
still
losing them. Mm-hmm.
I've never been on Iwo Jima, and they have been, and they bring me back the sand from Iwo Jima. They bring me back sand from Iwo Jima. So,
oh my goodness!
Yeah, I said, wow,
what a memory of a lifetime.
And again, if they become Division Young Marine of the Year, they compete against. There's 6 divisions in the Young Marine program. They compete against all the other division Young Marine of the Years to see who's going to be the number one Young Marine of the Year.
Yeah, yeah.
2011, we had the number one Young Marine.
Did you really?
Yes, it was my granddaughter also. So.
Well, isn't that neat?
Yeah, so she competed. Yeah, she won, and then the same year, they invited the Young Marines to participate in the Pearl Harbor Remembrance Parade, and that was the first parade they ever had. 2011, the 60th anniversary of Pearl Harbor. Mm-hmm. So we led the parade, and she was the leader of the whole.
Oh my
parade.
goodness!
So
yeah,
we raised a lot of money we took about 30 kids.
Yeah.
And then parents and friends went along with the package that we had to travel. So they enjoyed it. And besides traveling that way, our young Marines still have an opportunity to travel during the summer also.
Mm-hmm.
It's called summer programs of yes, adventures, challenges, encampments, and schools. So they get to go to different places that they can go and see other young Marines and participate in a lot of different activities. So we had one who went scuba diving, and they gave him a whole scuba outfit when he left. I said,
Wow.
we have aviation school, have a space camp. We used to have a Civil War Academy, Revolutionary War Academy. They go up to Wyoming for a ranch to spend the 7 days up there in the ranch and learn how to herd cattle.
Yeah, dude ranch.
They get yes. They, they have those opportunities.
It's just incredible what all they can do.
Before COVID, right before COVID started, we had kids that could go. They wanted to volunteer to go to Australia for 21 days.
Yeah.
21 days. So they got to fly them out there, house them, feed them, fly them back, right?
Yeah.
$500.
Unbelievable.
Because the sponsorships that would support all that, those programs were, they're great and outstanding to help the kids and, succeed and see things that they never probably would have seen in their lives. So.
Well, this is exciting for me to hear, and I want to hear more. But we're going to take a quick break, and when we come back, I want to learn a little bit more about your military service, so stay with us. The City of Waco's 4th on the Brazos celebration will be Friday evening at Touchdown Alley. That's next to Baylor's McLean Stadium. Gates open at 6 p.m., and the HEB Fireworks Extravaganza kicks off at 9:15 p.m. 4th on the Brazos is free, thanks to sponsors like HEB and the City of Waco. There will be music from Sister Sledge, featuring Sledgendary, and the Waco Community Band with their wonderful patriotic tunes. For more information, visit the Brazos Nights Waco website.
Hi, my name's Erica, and today I'm going to be taking you through my skincare routine using the Tasmanian Spring Water range from Sand and Sky. This range is really good for dry and dehydrated skin like myself. It's packed with 2 types of hyaluronic acid and fermented sea kelp to reduce redness and irritation, which I experience daily. So that's it. It's so quick and so easy, and my skin feels so dewy and so hydrated.
Mom and Dad can be a little competitive. They get all, yeah, buddy, and heck yeah. Lucky for them, Main Event has over 85 games and activities to play together, so they can get rematch after rematch after rematch. So do something awesome together.
I just got my Colgate Advanced LED Whitening Treatment in the mail, and I am very excited to have dramatically whiter teeth in just 10 days. My teeth are going to be 6 shades whiter. The treatment is enamel safe and hassle-free. It's even designed for my sensitive teeth. Let's open it up. Inside we have the blue light whitening device. It's a charger for after each treatment as well. There's a full 10-day supply, and it looks easy to apply. Order yours today at shop.colgate.com.
And we're back with Master Sergeant Henry Gonzales III, retired from the U.S. Marine Corps, and Julie Solano, who is a young Marine. She's kind of young in the Young Marine program, about 6 months. But how many more years do you foresee that you'll be involved with Young Marines?
Honestly, as long as I can,
Yeah?
until I graduate.
Okay, so I didn't ask, how are you classified? You're
Oh, I'm a private first class.
No, what grade are you in?
Oh, I'm so
That's what
sorry.
I meant.
I'm going into my junior year.
Okay, good. What has surprised you about this program? Anything that, you have a friend who was involved with it, but was there anything like, well, she didn't tell me that?
Honestly, the volunteer events, it's been really fun to like go around Waco and see all these different organizations and being part of all these different events that I didn't even know existed.
Mm-hmm.
And I think meeting new people and seeing and getting all that experience has been really fun. That's been really unexpected for me.
Yeah, well, it's wonderful that you have this opportunity for service, but you are moving up the ranks and you have aspirations to go. Hearing about all this travel, Henry, that they're able to do, do you kind of aspire maybe to do more traveling with the Young Marines?
Definitely. This is definitely my plans.
Yeah, what would be your dream trip on something like this that you've heard of
Probably-
so far?
Probably go to Australia as well.
Oh gosh, wouldn't that
would
be?
That would be my dream, to be honest.
Well, that would be fun.
Oh,
I mean,
yes.
it's almost like from what you're saying, it's like the sky's the limit
It is.
for a young Marine. Of
They
course,
can make
this
it that way.
organization started a while back. I want to say it was in the late 50s.
1959,
Yeah, and in Connecticut.
yeah, Waterbury, Connecticut.
Yeah, and so, but your main headquarters, I think, are in Virginia, the
Yes.
national headquarters. But it didn't come to Waco until the late 90s.
Correct. We started at 99.
Yeah, this is one of many. So, how many groups in Central Texas are there?
3. We have
The Heart of
Our
Texas,
Texas Young
y'all's.
Marines. We have Central Texas Young Marines, and then Bosque
Okay,
County Young
Bosque
Marines.
County. Okay,
Yes.
yeah, it's just such a great thing for young people. I mean, I'm kind of blown away by all that you've been telling me. But let's talk about you. So, when did you become a Marine?
Emory. Well, I enlisted in 1968, and I went. The reason I enlisted was, in high school, you have a civics class. We were studying Vietnam, what was going on. Should
Oh,
we
yeah.
be there? Should we be there? Whatever. I said, well, my uncle was serving at that time, so so I said, I'm gonna join the Marines and serve my country also. So that's when I enlisted and went to the Marine Corps.
Yeah, where did you grow up?
When I grew up,
Where did you grow up? Yeah, where are you from?
South Waco.
Okay, you are a native. Okay, all right, good. Yeah, and so you've chosen to stay here, but I guess through your military service, you saw the world, huh?
Well, something about I didn't get to go to Europe on the other side of the Atlantic. I just went to the other side of the Pacific. So,
Okay.
Yeah. So,
Did you have a favorite position that you served in?
well, I was stationed in Washington D.C. for 6 years,
Oh, were you?
and being there 6 years, I still didn't get to see everything.
I know.
And then since I left, the Vietnam War went up, the World War II memorial went up. I got to go back and see everything that's there now because it's
Yeah, I
changed
will
quite a
say
bit.
that Vietnam Memorial.
Yeah.
I love all the memorials, but just walking toward it,
Yes.
I become emotional.
Yeah.
Just walking toward it, I started crying. I mean, I thought, because it's just names.
Yes. See, my uncle, I said, who served,
Mm-hmm.
the instilled me to serve. He's the one that started the Waco Veterans Memorial here.
Did he
the Vietnam.
really?
He's the one, Manuel Societa.
Oh, yes, of course. I know. Yeah,
Okay,
I know him. I
well,
did not know that connection with you.
That's my uncle.
That's your uncle.
Yes.
Well, wonderful family.
Yes.
That's a wonderful family you have.
Yes.
This is just wonderful I think it's just neat that we're able to talk about this on July 4th. We just saw the big 250th birthday for the Army. I watched the parade and thoroughly loved the ending. Of course, I'm a musician, and if you watched it, the ending with the music and the
Yes.
fireworks,
Yes.
the medleys, the way they put all that together,
yeah.
it was just spectacular. But I think one of the funniest memes I saw afterwards was this handsome Marine with a birthday cake. It says, "Happy birthday" from your more handsome younger sibling.
Yes.
Yeah, but look, I do like looking ahead to the fact that next year is the 250th.
Right. For the. Yep.
And so what kind of What kind of things do you want to see happening with the Young Marines to sort of celebrate the 250th?
Well, we try to get involved, like, we have the 4th of July on the Brazos.
Oh, yeah.
And before the fireworks go off, we do the color guard before the fireworks go off on the stage every year. So that's one thing we get involved with. Hopefully something big will come up so we can participate in, like some of the communities do have their own little parades in
Oh,
their,
yeah.
So
I think that's good for folks that organize those things to know that you have young people available to help with the honors, shall we say, with the flag.
We try to put that out there, and hopefully this right here will be the thing to do it.
Oh,
This podcast will be the one to help let them see about us.
Oh, absolutely.
Because they can find us on the Heart of Texas Young Marines on Facebook.
Okay, right.
So-
And so just go to Facebook and you share, fun events and things that they're doing and
Yes,
service that they're bringing to the community.
right. And who supports us and so forth. Oh, yeah.
Okay, well, let's talk about that. I mean, do you have like people that are businesses that are sponsors or?
Well, we don't. Baylor used to be our biggest. Well, they didn't sponsor us, but when they had Floyd Casey Stadium, they gave us an area to park on the across from the football field on the clay side. We would earn $1,000 a game parking cars there, and then we would park all the men and women's basketball games at the Farrell Center.
Yeah.
So we earned about $15,000 a year from Baylor. Then, when they moved to McLean,
That went away.
they pushed us. The parking for football went away. We parked one season for the men and women, and then the people who parking at McLean also got brought over to Farrell, and so a lot of times, like we just received support from Waco Police Association. So there's a lot of people who do that. Even RSVP donates some money
Sure.
from what we do with them, and same thing with Sertoma and Kiwanis. So they keep us afloat.
Yeah, yeah, but you're not selling cookies. You like the Girl Scouts.
No. We could. we used to have a car wash
Yeah.
at the Church of the Open Door. We used to have a car wash, and we would sell pre car wash tickets for $3, and then we would wash the cars. One year we almost made $5,000.
Wow.
And we only washed one car because it poured down. See, we don't have an extra date.
I was gonna say that was yeah. Well, it was a nice little donation. Well, good for you. Oh my goodness. Yeah. But so do you have? I know you don't have a website per se, right?
Well,
Other than
the
the
Facebook.
But
yeah.
Facebook is where. Through Facebook, if somebody wanted to make a donation to help you all out, they could do so there.
Well, yes.
Okay, and what about finding out more information about how to maybe become a Young Marine? Maybe learn
we
more
also
about
put
that.
on there that the website you probably went into to get the information you found. It's youngmarines.org, and it shows you there if you want to join or whatever. That's how they joined. Yeah, you go in there and you put the application. You start the application online. Last year was the very first time that everything went online.
Oh.
'Cause everything used to be handwritten applications. So to me, I had to learn myself how to do it and assist the parents and getting information in. So it's easier. It gets a map comes up. You go to the state you want to join, and it lists the Young Marine units in that state, which is closer to you.
Oh, good. Yeah.
It tells you how to get hold of those people, to sign them up.
Yeah, it was pretty easy on the Heart of Texas Young Marines to find your name and other people. Who else helps you in leadership with the Young Marines?
Well, Jesse Perez was there. You saw him.
Yeah,
He
I
was
met-
there.
yeah, I met
Jesse
him.
Perez. He's been my executive officer ever since. he put 5 kids through the program.
Yeah.
I put 8 granddaughters through the program, but he continues to help me. I have Debbie Miller. She's the director of the Waco Child Care. Her son went through the program, and they both said that they will not leave until I leave.
You're not planning to leave, are you?
Well, my health hasn't been that well, but I'm starting to get a little stronger. So, so we're sticking out. Like I said, it's hard to find people to give their time.
Yeah.
Like when we first started, I told you back when we first started, we had 16 Marines helping to get that first unit started.
Yeah.
Well, they got burned out after 2 years. I said, well, if I was to leave, I don't know where they would go.
Yeah. Okay. Well, so that's a need. Need to get some folks. So the reserves, the reserve centers. Those they're not some guys there that might want to step
up. Well,
up.
the biggest thing is, it's like I said, it's the Marine Corps League. Marine Corps League is the one who sponsors it. And we have
so that's a different organization than the reserves, or
yes.
Yeah.
So they're the ones I'm looking for to step forward, and as Marines, they already know basically what we got to teach them. Mm-hmm. See, other than learning how to handle the database to keep their kids' information up to date.
Sure.
Yeah. So.
Excellent.
Yeah, because they earn ribbons. Like this past weekend, they went swim qualification. So they always have opportunities to earn something.
Yeah.
To make their ribbons grow and grow and grow.
That's all right. Have this big, massive.
Oh, yes.
That's all right, and that would be good. That would be good. Well, it has been a delight to hear so much great information about the Young Marines program, the Heart of Texas Young Marines, located here in Waco. And Julie, all the best to you in your Young Marine career and on, past schooling. It's really such a great thing that's happening here.
Well, thank Ann for this opportunity.
Thank you.
Thank you for having us.
All right. Well, stay with us. There's a lot more show to come.
Escape into fitness with the Schwinn IC4 bike, providing a premium, heart-pumping indoor cycling experience that combines digital connectivity with superior Schwinn quality. The IC4's smooth, quiet ride features magnetic resistance with 100 micro-adjustable resistance levels. Escape the everyday with the Schwinn IC4 bike, your ticket to a life well lived.
At Matt Piffle, we believe in celebrating your journey, past, present, and future. Our unique personalized products are designed to boost your confidence, elevate creativity, and honor what matters most. From custom home decor to meaningful gifts, we help you cherish the memories that make you who you are. Visit mappiffle.com and start celebrating your story today.
I hope you're having a great Independence Day and appreciate the efforts of our Young Marines program as much as I do. Stay with us. Larry Groth, who's the former Waco City Manager, joins me to talk a little bit more about the celebration for the Waco Mammoth National Monument's 10th anniversary celebration. It's called A Night with the Mammoths. The Ann Harder Show is brought to you by Main Event Waco.
If I've learned anything in the last year, it's that to show up as my best, I need to make intentional choices. And that goes back to the absolute basics. Number one, it's I have to move. And number two, to stay hydrated.
I have been using molecular hydrogen from Water and Wellness to support my health and well-being. It helps with energy, recovery, liver health, and more. The hydrogen has been a game-changing addition to my own wellness routine. The tablets dissolve into my water and deliver powerful minerals to help my body feel its best all day long.
Today's show is brought to you by Main Event Entertainment Center. They've got it all. They've got bowling, virtual reality, laser tag, billiards, shuffleboard, and more. And if you mention my name, Ann Harder, when you're booking, you get double arcade play free. And if you book by July 24th, your guest of honor will play free. For your next main event, it's Main Event, 2420 Creekview Drive in Waco, right next to the Cinemark Theaters. And we're back with the show, and it's really a wonderful 4th of July for us. I hope you're planning some fun events too. We've got a fun event that is coming up on the 12th of July, and that is a night with the Mammoths. And we talked about this earlier in the week with Alice Starr and Priscilla Martinez with the Waco, the National Mammoth Monument. But I've got Larry Groth here with us. And Larry, your name came up when we were talking. So I thought, why not get you on to visit with you, because your experience with the Mammoth site goes back to, well, really, the beginning, right? Almost. Pretty close to the beginning. Now, you were with the zoo.
Yes.
At the time the bones were kind of being talked about, things to do with them. And then you became Waco city manager.
Yes.
So,
yes. Yeah, it's, of course, the Mammoth site goes back to 1978.
Right. That's when they were discovered.
And I started working for the city in 80. Had a little bit of involvement in an early time, but my greater involvement started in when I was at the zoo between 1995 and 2000. The city and Baylor were starting to formalize an agreement for the development, and that's really where I started getting heavily involved.
Yeah. So what was the connection with the zoo?
Well,
because they're live animals as opposed to pre-Columbian.
It's interesting that the mammoths, by indications from the people that study all that stuff.
Oh yeah.
They have elephants have a tremendous amount of similarity with mammoths. Their herd structure is about the same. Their herd characteristics were the same.
Well, they pretty much look alike, except one's hairy. It has a
Columbians weren't hairy.
Oh,
they were just
okay.
bigger. Much bigger than the African elephant. The woolly mammoths have a lot of
right.
Hair,
they have a lot of hair.
Yeah, different places.
Yeah.
But the city manager at the time just asked me to take over the negotiations and work with Baylor to get this done. And I started helping them too early, back when the days when we had the bones covered with tents.
Yeah,
it was kind of a scary
very
time.
secretive thing.
Yeah, secretive.
I mean, very few people knew where it was.
And that was by design.
Oh,
because there was always worry about vandalism.
Right, had to happen.
But so I helped a lot with the whenever the tents had a problem, and there's a lot of people early on that just did so many things that people don't realize. I mean, people. Cooper Foundation gave a lot of grants along the way.
Really?
Small grants to kind of help protect the site, build dams, put the tents up, and then F.M. Young. You remember F.M. Young?
Oh, yeah.
Anytime they needed a piece of equipment.
Yeah, and of course, Gloria, his
Gloria's
widow, is still very involved.
She's involved,
yeah.
So that's like that. But anyway, we got involved at that time a little heavier because Baylor, really through the Strecker Museum, which is now Mayburn, their staff were really doing the digging and protection,
they had
all that kind of stuff. But we needed to get a formalized agreement because actually the where the bones are located, there was a 5-acre tract that was given to the city by Sam Jack McGlasson.
Yeah, yeah.
And Sam Jack was extremely insightful looking back because he, in the deed, the transmittal to the city, he actually required the city and Baylor to work together to develop the site, and that was really wonderful because the city had resources to bring bear. Baylor has all the folks that work in that.
Sure, yeah, the experts.
Developed expertise. And so it was a good marriage. It really was.
That's brilliant. Yeah.
So that's so when I was at the zoo, we started doing that, and I had some grandiose ideas too. I still think are good. I always now we have about 100 acres around the site.
Yeah.
That the city owns.
So initially he gave how many?
He gave 5 acres.
5,
and that,
where
that
the
covered
actual,
and that's where the Bill site is. I always wanted to bring in a bunch of elephants out there and let them roam, not roam free, but roam a larger area.
Wow.
And that way you could see, go out there and see these mammoth bones and then see an
Where
animal that's fairly similar.
Yeah, where they lived.
That never happened. But anyway,
Yeah.
I thought it was a good idea.
They've got a pretty nice digs at the Cameron Park Zoo.
They do.
Yeah.
They do.
Yeah, that's wonderful to hear. And because I remember at the time reporting, again, I was working in radio when they found the bones, you know, and the whole thing, and there were news stories coming out about it, but it was, as you say, a very closely held secret where it was, so the archaeologists could do their work, and the paleontologists could, you know, figure out what all was going on with that site. Now you say there was some water damming that was done. I mean, because it was on a creek. That's really what it was flooding.
Yeah, it was
exposed them.
Yeah, it was on a creek, and that's where they, you know, they think now there were, I guess we know there's at least 25 animals. Mm-hmm. Some have been removed for protection. There's probably still some more.
Really?
But apparently, that some studies that were done, there were 3 different flash flood events that killed these animals, mm-hmm. And preserved them because they're covered up. But yeah, it's still it's an area where, you know, if it's a creek bed, then there's got to be some water. So once the people from Strucker Museum started excavating, you expose those bones, and people have to understand these are bones, not fossils. You know, fossils are very, very tough.
They've solidified, really.
Yeah. And these bones are not, so mm-hmm. they're very fragile. So they had to be very careful with them. Protect them, and once they started opening up some, we did have some flooding, which created some problems. So there was some diversion built, kind of a dam and stuff to divert mm-hmm. the water around, and then some tents put over to protect, you know, from this direct rainfall.
Yeah. So the infrastructure there to protect it further, but then the move comes along to actually build a site, to build a building.
Yes.
Over the site.
Over it. You know, once many of the bones were removed, there were still bones in situ there, and they needed to be protected. And really, the more they studied it, the information that we were getting from a lot of folks that do that all the time said the best, if you can leave it in place, it's better. Mm-hmm. Because there'll be techniques down the road that we don't have now where you could actually analyze things better. So you leave it in place. Also, it gives us an opportunity to bring people in and see it. And it, you know, it's kind of neat to be able to bring kids any age and see these remains that have been there 65,000 years. You know, we can't, it's hard to even imagine that length of time, but you be able to walk out there and see it. So we wanted to build a structure that not only would protect the bones that were there, but also give people opportunity to, you know, walk around and see. So that's how that design was developed, and we started working on that in 2004 or so. I think we opened it maybe 2006. Lose track of time.
No, I do too. I do too.
But that was a neat
But
deal.
it was a hefty amount of money that had to be raised from the community.
It
I think that was what impressed me the most.
It was.
Didn't surprise me because Waco has got such a generous community, people who want to help. But this was something that was like extra.
Extra.
You know, something extra that had just sort of landed in our laps, so as to speak, and it was how much money had to be? I can't remember that figure.
It was several million.
That's what I recall.
In the $4 million range.
Back, I mean, that's a lot of money.
It's a lot of money, and the other thing, you know, we also had both the city and Baylor had a desire. The city was going to run it, and Baylor was going to continue doing the studies on it, but you know, we needed to raise that, and we did. I mean, it's there's so many needs in the community. There's so many people out raising money.
Right.
And
I know.
It's just
there's
difficult
so
sometimes,
many.
but
Right.
it
There's
happened.
so many fundraisers and wonderful works.
It is.
But that, you know, it was like, you know, we got to sell you on the idea that we need a building for these bones.
And it's really, you know, it's not just for that, but for the future.
Oh,
and
yeah.
to think about what it could be and what kind of impact it could have on the community. You know, I believe that's coming to fruition.
Oh, no question about it.
So the Mammoth Foundation was developed with members from the public, from the city, and from Baylor. And all the time, we had a dream of that becoming a national park or national
Oh, really? I
monument.
wondered when
No.
that
In fact, it was so
That spark
it was so
was there.
real that we already started working with the National Park Services.
did you?
Yes.
Okay.
You know, Chet Edwards submitted, I'm thinking 2 or 3 bills that would make this a national park.
Mm-hmm.
None of them happened, but I went to Washington at least 3 times to testify when they get, and it just doesn't get out of committee at that time.
Yeah.
You know, it was another expense,
Well-
for national parks, and so it was difficult to move that through, and then it was finally became a national monument.
So
through
what's the difference?
Well, a national park is a little higher status from a standpoint. It's totally owned and run by the National Park Service.
Okay.
It has more things. There's not that many national parks in the states.
In Texas, no,
But
I've
there's
been
a lot
banned
of
and, yeah.
there's a lot of national monuments, and it just national monuments have to meet certain requirements to the Antiquities Act, and that's how we got it through the Antiquities
Well, that makes
Act.
sense. Yeah.
So and the good thing was that the partnership was developed now already with the city,
yeah.
with Baylor, and now we have national parks. It's a beautiful triangle. Yeah. It's a triangle partnership, and so they're running things. So I kind of said all that to get back. As we were developing the plans, everything we did, we ran it by the National Park Service.
Okay.
So whatever we built, we wanted to make sure it was exactly what they wanted for that to become either a monument or a park. And I think that was a good deal for us to do, and got those relationships with. There was the guy that was running LBJ National Park at the time, Rush Whitlock. We worked with him, and he was really gracious and spent a lot of time, and they'd review our plans, and he'd come up. And so at the time, we knew that if it became a monument or a park, it would be probably under the guidance of LBJ. So.
Yeah, it was, though, great foresight on the folks that worked so hard back then to raise the money to get that building open. And it was really a couple of buildings. It's the building, of course, that's over the actual site, and then a visitor center.
Visitor center.
Which
and
is
walkways
wonderful.
and
A walkway,
everything, yeah.
yes, and of course, I know the Eagle Scouts have been busy out there, helping to beautify that area. It's just a wonderful destination for visitors, and don't you love it when a plan comes together? Because again, the silos just bring jillions of people into town, and what else is there to do? Well,
do this.
Let us tell you.
It's good, and it really is gratifying to be out there, and I think kiddos, with their wonderful eyes of discovery, when they see something and they enjoy it, whether it's at the Mammoth side of the zoo or Dr. Pepper Museum or any of those are just great for kids to start making connections. There's nothing better than making connections. Now, I don't know about connection roots back to the Mammoth, but it's good for people to understand there's more to life than just what we're doing right now. There's things we can learn about from the past to help us in the future, and this is just one more little key for that to be done. And Waco's fortunate when you start thinking about the kinds of things that we have for people, not only just our local population to do. It's always fun to go places. I've got a great grandson that just loves Mayburn. So we go there a lot.
Oh yeah,
and as he gets
my
older,
granddaughters love it.
He'll go, to all the others.
Oh, and now with the mammoths there, the statues.
Yes.
And that still just takes my breath away when I drive by.
It's just, and it's
aren't they
pretty
remarkable?
amazing. Yeah, that kind of gives you a feeling of the magnitude of these animals. So,
yeah.
I just can't imagine.
Citizens here helped to make this happen. That's what
it is.
That's what's so beautiful.
Nothing. I found in my many years in public sector, nothing good happens without a total effort.
Yeah.
One or two people don't make things happen. It's a bunch of folks working together for a common cause, and when that happens, sometimes it's painstakingly slow. I know Liz McGlaston was just, after Sam Jack died, she was so eager for that to be developed because that was one of his dreams, and she just wasn't real sure it's going to happen before her lifetime. So it was great that we got that taken care of and opened up.
Yeah. Well, but there's always a need for more money, and so that's what a night with the Mammoths is all about on July 12th, and it will be there at the National Monument, at the site. So tell us a little, you're kind of helping with this fundraiser too, aren't you, a little bit?
A little bit, not much. They asked me to be the honorary chairperson.
Oh, there you go. That's what you're lending your name.
And the definition of honorary is a guy or lady that's not going to have to do very much. And so I've got a lot of stuff going, and so I can't do a lot, but I'm there, and I support everything that happens, not just the Mammoth, but everything in Waco. I'm a big Waco supporter, but I want to see things good. But we do need people to come out. You can go online and get your tickets and come out and enjoy it. Hopefully, at 7, I think it's from 7 to 10 or something like that on July the 12th, and by then it cools off a little bit.
Yeah, well, dress for the heat.
That's true.
But when you get, I understand the first part of the event will be tours, and it is an air-conditioned building, so that's nice.
It is. So people will probably be in there a lot.
A lot. Just kind of wall to wall, folks. Looking at the bones. Yeah, but what I love there, there's a giant mural that shows the size of the mammoths that you could stand in front of, to really get
14 feet tall. That's
big.
That's a huge animal.
They were big.
Yeah. Huge animal.
Yeah. So
but it'll be a fun night.
It's going to be so much fun. There's going to be music, I think.
I believe so.
Yeah, and fun eats and stuff.
Always good stuff to eat.
Right.
It's just like. You can't have an event without something to eat.
Oh, of course,
That's just a big expectation. There'll be some good food.
Lovely refreshments. But the main thing is this is raising money for. I forget now what they told me. Is there a specific project or
not that I know
just
of.
for the foundation?
Not that I know of. The foundation and what it's doing, but there are the master plan had several things. It could be done around there. Probably the children's play area.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that would be nice.
That would be nice. I mean, I found early on at the zoo we didn't have a lot of animals, and you want people to come and stay, and so we built that little playground, Grammy Nails, and it's amazing how that held people longer. And so if you can get people in an area, hold them longer, then all of a sudden, they need to get something to eat. They need to get something to drink.
Funny how that works.
It's all about marketing.
They need a snow cone.
So it's
it's
good.
I know. My
and a greater
granddaughters,
experience.
They like going to the children's play area first. we would kind of go the wrong way at the zoo, and they'd get playing. I was like, come on, let's go see the animals. But no, it's important to have that, and that would be great. That would be a wonderful addition there.
Yeah, it would be.
It
would be.
Yeah. Well, it's going to be a lovely event. I'm looking forward to it. Good. Mike and I will be there. We're excited about it. And, Larry, thank you so much for your dedication to both the zoo and the city of Waco for all these years. And
thank you.
And for
it's a great place.
It's a great place.
Yeah, I was fortunate, one of those few people that I grew up here, born in Waco, and grew up and stayed. And that doesn't happen much, but it's good, and plan to be around.
Yeah, thank you, Larry Groth. Thank you.
Good to see you.
And happy 4th of July.
Same to you.
Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Natural Cycles identifies your fertile window by analyzing changes in your temperature. It's the first FDA-cleared birth control app. No hormones, no side effects, and 93% effective with typical use, and 98% effective with perfect use. Just measure in the morning, add your temperature into the app, then learn which days you can and cannot get pregnant. It's that easy. Learn more at naturalcycles.com.
Explore unforgettable experiences with Force Travel. Experience the pinnacle of luxury travel with our exclusive global selection. From secluded villas to elegant train voyages, each moment is tailored for sophisticated exploration. As one of the most renowned and awarded travel agencies in the world, we are pleased to elevate your next journey to an entirely new level. Your extraordinary journey begins now. Force Travel.
You tried to tell me so many times not to take things for granted like I do. I wouldn't hear you, despite all the warning signs. Now all those empty threats are coming true. She said one day you're gonna wake up and see. With the day's the day, now I know what you mean. 'Cause I can still feel you, an empty bed beside me. I can only touch you in my mind. I can just hear your lips whispering I love you. I can still smell the sweet perfume you left behind. I can see chances that I wasted. I want you back so bad that I can taste it. My only hope that you know how much I miss us. Guess you could say, coming to my senses. Would you forgive me if I told you so? You could hear how much you mean to me. If I got your back, never let you go, touch you how you need to be. I wish that you'd forgive me, only if you could. I could see us last forever if you would. I can still feel you, the empty bed beside me. I can only touch you in my mind. I can just hear your lips whispering I love you. I can still smell the sweet perfume you left behind. I can see chances that I wasted. I want you back so bad that I can taste it. My only hope that you know how much I miss us. Guess you could say, coming to my senses. Coming to my senses.
Join me on Monday at noon when I visit with Dr. Terry York about his new biography on this man, Kurt Kaiser. He is an icon in contemporary Christian music. Have a great weekend.